Okay, listeners, here's our favorite time, and I get to interview always a very interesting guest. And you're going to love our show tonight because my guest is so soothing and has a wonderfully unique healing art to share with you. And I'm very excited to introduce Karina Yanku.
Hi, how are you, Maria? Congratulations on your new show.
Thank you. Welcome to the Organic Beauty Garden. It's great to have you here.
Great to be here.
Karina, I am just so taken aback by this wonderful healing art. I went to your site, www.Karina, Karina, Yanku, YANKU.com, and that's where you should go, ladies and gentlemen. If you can go right now, please do. Watch the video. This is such a unique, again, I say healing art. How did this come about, Karina?
Well, it came about, first, I wanted to merge my two favorite things in the whole wide world, which is massage and music, because I'm also a musician. And when I was in massage school back in 1996, I loved the fact that people get massaged to nice, soothing music.
Yes.
Like, that was one of my favorite things. But I thought, wouldn't it be really cool if there was a piece of music that was composed almost like a musical score to go along with every single solitary massage stroke. Like if somebody could figure out how to choreograph a massage that was rhythmic and then like watch it like you're scoring a film and make music for it. So I put that thought in the back of my brain because I was still in massage school and I was still learning how to do everything. And then I got out of massage school, and this was the mid-90s when everybody had a lot of disposable income.
Absolutely.
So I flung myself right into the spa industry and was completely overwhelmed.
Oh, yes. It's very easy. I dabbled in it with my license.
Oh, it was crazy. It was just kind of like, I went from doing maybe like 3 massages a week to doing like 15 a week.
Dear God, you have no hands left.
It was crazy. And, I hadn't gotten my body mechanics down yet, so I would come home from working a shift, and I would just collapse, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is so not what I thought it was going to be.
Right, it's work. It's not healing, it's work, yeah.
So, the years went by, and I eventually, got my body mechanics down and got my stamina up and, realized that I can do massage pretty much forever now. I've got a little bit of arthritis in my hands, but it's no big deal,
Yeah.
But what was I going to say? I managed to find time after the crash of 2005. The industry in general slowed down to a pathetic crawl, and it was summertime, and in New York City, in the summertime,
no one there to get a massage, right?
Anybody that can afford massage in New York City in the summertime goes to the Hamptons. Okay,
so I see it. Yeah.
And I wanted to stay in the city, so I thought, let me take this opportunity to work this out. So I went out and I bought a metronome. And I have a friend that is up in Yonkers. His name is Michael Kelly. He's a really awesome acupuncturist. He has a studio up there. And I was living uptown at the time, so it was no big deal for me to get there. And I practiced on people. I practiced on 100 people.
On his some of his clients?
On some of his clients and some of my clients that lived up in that area. So 100 people, 100 hours with a metronome that I had done some research that listening to music at 60 beats a minute helps bring you down from your beta brain waves, which is your awake state, into a meditative alpha state, which is good for so many different reasons. It's good for coordination, it's good for balance, it's good for memory, it's good for meditation and learning. So I thought that's really neat. And also, when you think about the parallel of it, there's 60 seconds in a minute.
Exactly.
There's 60 minutes in an hour.
Yeah.
And then there's this whole phenomenon called Schumann's resonance.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, Schumann is what it's called, Schumann's resonance. And one of the aspects of it, among other things, is the fact that 60 beats a minute mimics the collective rhythm of the Earth's atmosphere and the center of the Earth. So that was pretty cool.
Now you're in sync with the Earth rhythm and the rhythm of the universe, as well you should be.
Yeah, and it slows people down because we're all in a hurry.
To go nowhere.
You know?
I know.
Yeah, I know. It's like we're hamsters in wheels.
I try so hard to keep myself in check because I find myself, you know, wanting to divvy right in and out of the crowds outside. It's just slow down.
I know. It's
Just slow
crazy.
down.
I mean, even when people come in for their massage, it's like they're hurrying up to relax. Like, out of my way! I'm waiting for my massage!
Get me on that table. Boom.
Exactly.
Oh, that's crazy.
So the next part was, after that, after I had figured out, you know, the routine and the choreography, and I had it all in my head, I thought, well, now what am I going to do? I'm a musician, but I can't play everything. I'm more of a vocalist and a percussionist. I thought I need to start, you know, interviewing musicians and people that can
do that type of soothing music. Right?
Well, yeah, and this was the thing. It couldn't just be any musician. It had to be somebody that has had experience with film scoring, and it also had to be somebody that understood the chakra system.
Yes.
Because the 7 main chakras, right? The
Yes.
7 main chakras have their own note and their own key.
Exactly.
So that's how I wanted the music composed, not only to match every single massage stroke, obviously,
but the chakras. Oh, wow. So you're releasing so much, not just the energy built, you know, pent up in muscles, but all of whatever it is has affected you during the day in each of your chakras.
Yeah, you know, so
it's
physical. Yeah, it's like physical, and then it's in the auric field. So
yeah.
I interviewed 2 really awesome guys, and I went with one that was local, and I really felt bad for not hiring the other guy. I liked them both. I'm like, oh my god, I wish I could I wish I had the.
She's sorry.
Yeah, no. So the person that I wound up working with is a Brazilian recording artist.
Lovely.
He's an acclaimed recording artist, actually. His name was João McDowell.
Okay.
And we worked together in his studio up in Harlem, and it took us like a year.
Sure.
It took us about a year because he had never done anything like that before, as far as like how specific what I wanted was.
Yeah, because there's such very careful, intricate planning, especially if you need vibrations to hit the chakras, the muscles, the rhythm of your music. And did you compose the music?
We did.
We did.
We did. This is New York.
Yes, and these are more City World Radio DJs and guests that have just finished a show.
I see a guitar.
Mikey Marola. What's the name of your show, Mikey?
Blues and Beyond.
Blues and Beyond on a Sunday, if you'd like to listen to Mikey. So now we'll continue with our interview.
Yeah, but I like the outfit that the other guy's wearing.
Yes,
the
that
white suit with
charming
the
red hat.
red fedora. That's sharp.
Before he gets in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Good night, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.
Maybe I could hire them for my next
Yes.
project. They look hip, man. Hip, man. Yeah, so that's what it was. It took us about a year. We're really proud of it. I debuted it officially in Hawaii.
Wow, what a beautiful place to do that, with the waterfall behind you.
Well, I figured, you know, because Hawaiians are like Californians and people that live in the Southwest. They've had every type of body work that you can imagine.
Yes.
So I figured if they liked it, everybody would like it because they've had everything. So I've got one of my really good friends from a long time ago when I used to sing in rock bands. Her name is Deb Scarpell, and she lives on the island of Kauai. And she moved out there back in '95, and I've been out to see her twice. So I went out there again, and she helped promote the fact that I was coming to town. And I got to say one thing about Deb.
Yeah.
Debbie could sell bikinis in Alaska. She's so talented that way. So
I love people like that. I'm
she's
always
awesome.
in awe.
Yeah,
Always in awe.
she talked me up better than I can talk myself up, because you know how that goes.
Yes, absolutely.
So I went out there and I did it. I worked on about 7 people, and they really loved it. And then I came back here and started working on New Yorkers. And I've got another friend down in Ocean City, New Jersey.
I love Ocean City.
Yeah, her name is Monique Batalico, and she owns Compass Spa and Wellness in Ocean City, New Jersey. And I debuted it down there as well. So both sides of the country have gotten
They've gotten a taste of
OANAMassage. I forgot to mention. Yeah, OANAMassage.
And you have the Chinese elements included, as well as the chakras and the alpha tempos. And, oh my God, I love your little catchphrase here. Feel. what you hear.
I know. And the accompanying soundtrack,
Yeah.
musical score that I worked on with Joao McDowell, that's called OANARhythms.
Is that what's on the website?
That's what's on the
You
website.
have 2 pieces on the website.
And that slogan is, hear what you feel.
Hear what you feel.
Exactly.
And, I think if people did hear what they felt, they would stop taking such crazy actions. They might be a little more responsible.
Well, this is the cool thing about it. I wanted to create something where people, it's nice to go in and get a massage and relax. I mean, that's, a big portion of it.
Sure.
But I thought it would be really cool if I could find a way to synchronize the brain with the left and right side. So you're laying on the massage table, and the right side of your brain is going, oh, this is so nice, I'm getting a massage, the music is really nice. And then the left side of your brain starts to go, hey, wait a minute. This kind of is, it's all going together.
Yeah, because you have the beats. The beats are counted.
Yeah, you start to realize that, like, you're passively participating.
And that entertains the left side of the brain.
Yeah.
Sheesh. How long have you been doing this?
I've been a massage therapist for about 16 years.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
And where do you do your massages? Do you have a set place?
Yeah, I do. I actually have 2 locations. I have an office on Madison Avenue between 39th and 40th.
Oh, nice.
And I have another office down in the Wall Street area at 40 Exchange Place. And then, of course, I do house calls because, there are some people...
And corporate, I see, corporate events.
I do some corporate events. It's not really what I promote, but,
Sure.
a lot of massage therapists in the city, to fill up our daytime hours, sometimes we'll do corporate events.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Because everybody's so wound up, give it even 5 minutes. It makes
Takes
such a
the edge
big
off.
difference. You bet it does. And people can get gift certificates.
They can.
And if they...
Digital gift certificates now.
Digital gift certificates. And is that through your website or through your email?
No, they can do it on my website. They're digital gift cards. And you can, I think the tab is purchase, I'm not sure. I think that's what it is, yeah. And, so they could do that. And then I also have some other really cool therapies where I mix sound and rhythm, too.
I made a list of them, and I said, oh, my God, the list goes on and on and on and on. This
Good,
is
you can
great.
keep me on track.
Yes, you have your OANAMassage. You have your signature technique. Chakra balancing. I love that.
Yeah.
A massage for migraine, and I know someone who suffers so badly, and I'm going to try and get her to come to you. And Awana songs. Couples massage and instruction. Ooh, how Helen Gurley Brown. Vibroacoustic therapy?
Yes. Vibroacoustic therapy, okay. It uses low frequency vibration, which is emitted through bass transducers that are embedded in a pad that I can put on top of my massage table. You don't really hear them. There are 7 main frequencies, but you feel it. It's like, and it kind of comes out like a purr, like a cat's purr, like it goes brrr, 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 and you're laying there, and what it is designed to do is replicate the sensation of the first 9 months of being in the womb, where you just hear, all you hear inside the womb is low frequency vibration.
Oh my God.
And sound and vibration travels fast through water, which is what we're mostly made of.
You bet.
And so it was developed by a Norwegian physicist named Olav Skile. And he's also a musician and a classical bassist. So that would make sense that he would create something really cool like that.
Yeah.
And over the course of 30 years, he developed protocol for treatment of every kind of ailment that you could possibly think of. Obviously, stress is one of them, but then they have treatments for fibromyalgia.
Oh, I have a friend who has that. Oh, my God.
It's so frustrating. I know.
Yeah,
it's so hard. And migraines and Parkinson's, post-surgical paralysis, a whole host of things. It's really great for people that can't really receive touch. So, for example, if you just had surgery, or if you're really frail and you can't have it, or if you're paralyzed. Because when you're paralyzed, that's why people like Christopher Reeve.
Right.
He died because I think this is how I understand it. He died because it became toxic.
From not moving?
because he couldn't move enough, like how we're used to moving. So the vibroacoustics actually helps with the circulation.
You know, that's funny because my mom broke her hip many years ago, and before she could really get up and walk around, I bought her one of those massage mats that you put on the chair, and I used to put it on a nice low vibration to keep her her circulation going. I even bought her the little, I think they call them twinkle toes or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So I had her like vibrating all over the place.
Like she's in a helicopter. Yeah. I mean, there's limits to it. Like you can't turn the mattress up too loud because the minute you hear it, that means the vibration is too strong and it can be overwhelming. Like the person laying down might think it feels good.
However, in the
aftermath. I did an experiment on my own when I first got it, and I thought, let me lay on this thing and see, what I can get away with. And though it felt good, I got up and my vision was blurry for a half hour. God. So even though I felt great, I'm like, okay, I guess they were. I mean, like it's like trying to reinvent the wheel when you don't really need to. So I like, okay, there's a reason they tell you to do it this way. Exactly. So, and there's a limit. I mean, you can. The sessions are 23 minutes long.
Okay. With just the
vibroacoustics.
The vibroacoustics.
You can double it sometimes, make it 46, but that's it.
But that's it. And who would you recommend that for? Would it be for everyone or people?
It can be, like I said, it can be for anybody, but particularly it's great for people, like I had mentioned, people that are paralyzed, people that are fragile, post-surgery, post-stroke.
Good for osteoporosis?
Yeah, it's good for nothing is going to cure osteoporosis, but it's good. It helps with the pain. Right. It helps with circulation, and it also helps increase muscle tone, which pads the joints.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Very important. Wow. So, now, out calls, is that your service where you go
That's house calls. That's when I go to people's homes.
And let me see. Massage, live, didgeridoo. Do you play the didgeridoo?
No, I wish. I've tried to learn.
Such a fun instrument.
I've tried to learn. But one of the musicians that played on my on the OANARhythms album was a really talented didgeridoo player named A.J. Block. And he and a partner are the developers of the DIGE project, D-I-D-G-E project.com, I believe, not .org. Okay. And he does didgeridoo healing sessions.
Wow.
So I went over to his place in Park Slope, and I laid on a hardwood floor, and he got in the corner and played his didgeridoo for like 40 minutes.
And you just like...
And you just, if anybody's ever heard the didgeridoo, look it up online. You will be, it's the most...
It's from Australia.
It's the oldest instrument on the planet.
Yes.
It's the oldest instrument on the planet, and I would imitate it, but I would that would be scary. But we got together and we thought, wouldn't it be really cool if I could do, because I've got a good sense of rhythm, I could do massage while you're playing the didgeridoo. So that's what we developed. So we make sure we look at each other, we make eye contact, we follow each other's rhythms. So that's a really profound
So there's a flow
healing.
of energy between the both of you as well as your client.
Yes, no, it's awesome. Yeah. I love it.
I recently took a course, I told you previously about in tuning forks. Because I like to do facials with tuning forks. And I found it fascinating that we have more people here, because this is New York, folks.
And we're right by the elevator bank.
Yes, very comfortably seated, but we have our passes by, and that's okay.
You can't beat a black leather couch. It's nice.
But I found the whole vibrational thing fascinating, because we are energy into matter, and the higher the vibration, the more complicated the manifestation here on the earth. And to feel the different ways that the tuning forks could affect you. You start by calming and then hitting different spots. I had a bad backache that day, so we worked on that, and I was just floating and this was just in the class. Well,
look who's here.
It's Johnny.
It's Johnny Anello.
How are you, Johnny?
Hi.
Business meeting?
Folks, this is Johnny Anello, Johnny Mandolin of the Johnny Mandolin Show on Monday. And we are on his radio network, City World Radio.
Well, Nice to be here.
Carry on.
Carry on, ladies. Carry on.
Good
Have
to
a good
see you,
show.
Johnny.
You too. We just finished a broadcast of music.
Yes,
awesome.
we saw Mikey.
Yeah.
He was on the show too.
I'll see you tomorrow then.
All right. Take care.
Okay, bye.
I'll be here. Take care.
Excellent.
Our fearless leader, folks.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing about sound is when I was studying vibrational sound therapy, which is something different than vibroacoustic,
Okay.
a different treatment than
Different,
vibroacoustics, it also uses tuning forks. Traditional tuning forks.
Yes, I was
the
going to say.
old-fashioned kind. Yeah.
What, mine are. What did you say? Mine were. What different?
They
than
might.
yours?
I don't know. They might be aluminum, but I don't want to say.
Acutonics, the
You
acutonics,
took
yes.
acutonics. I took this technique called Tamado, and it was developed by Fabien Maman, a French acupuncturist and jazz musician. So this is what's so cool. It's musicians that are turning into healers. You know, so he came up with this whole theory based on music theory, Chinese 5-element theory,
Okay.
the Kabbalah, and Hindu studies. And over the course of years as well, he found out that there's a corresponding note for the different acupuncture command points to also help facilitate the flow of qi.
So we're talking about the meridians.
We're talking about the meridians.
Uh-huh.
We're also and also we use color therapy too. So
I love color therapy. As a makeup artist, I would always tell people this is what you need because I could feel the vibration.
people unconsciously wear what they need.
They do.
They do.
They do.
That's a whole other subject, but I mean, the chakras each have their own colors. Like the first chakra, the root chakra, Muladhara, is red. Okay, and that's like fearlessness,
There's
starting
passion,
the fire. It's
yeah.
passion, and then you've got your second chakra, which is orange, and that's creativity and sexuality. And then you've got your solar plexus chakra, which is yellow, and that's like the seat of the soul. It's emotion, it's sense of security.
Everything gets stuck there. Right?
Everything. People have all these digestive issues that people have. They really don't realize how there's an esoteric level to it too.
Oh,
everything
to everything, and but go ahead.
And then you've got the heart chakra,
which is
green. And I'm almost kind of embarrassed that I didn't really know this, but I just found out that there's a website and a record company called 528 Records.
528 records.
And it's all about music.
Is it spelt out or is it just the numbers?
528 Records.
Okay.
They compose or they feature artists, and they can transpose music into the frequency of 528 hertz, which is the frequency of the heart chakra.
Oh, how wonderful!
Because there's so much music out there that is negative, and it makes you feel depressed.
Yes. There's so much now. I mean, even just turning the dial, all I'm listening to is either screaming or I don't know.
But when you listen to something that sounds really good and it makes you feel good,
You feel
that it
wonderful.
probably is 528.
528. I love to go to the Philharmonic. I come out just wanting to dance on leaves. It's a terrific feeling.
Yeah,
and that's a very high vibration.
It is
classical music.
Yeah, so it's there. I mean, and there's so much with sound. I mean, that's what fascinated me.
Yes.
Like I said, I love massage and I love touch, but the combination of touch and sound, if you can affect that to a greater level of importance and really make it merge with some kind of meaning, that just takes healing to a whole other level.
Yes, I think so too. Whenever I meditate, I really enjoy it much better if I do it to some kind of healing music. So I have all my little, CDs. And depending on my mood is what I'll gravitate to, and I just let it go.
Well, we were talking about before too, is I had mentioned this to you when we had dinner a couple weeks ago. People speak and breathe in their own fundamental tones.
Yes, that's so fascinating.
Like I could be F sharp, and you could be E, or somebody else could be a B. And if you've got a good ear, you can kind of figure out what your fundamental tone is by just singing or toning a note. And the minute you can hear what sounds like something that's a fifth above or a fifth below it, that's kind of when you found your note. You hear an overtone. You're like, wait, is that still me or is that somebody else? So people tend to get along if their fundamental notes are the same or complementary to each other, if they make a nice chord. And So
That's part of the magnetism between poles of opposites.
mhm.
Those vibrations, yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's why I just think it's like, all of these great people that are out there, like, developing these new
Techniques,
innovations of sound and healing. And, you've got the Tibetan singing bowls,
Yes.
you've got the didgeridoo,
Do,
you know.
the tuning forks, all of this stuff.
Yeah.
I was introduced to it at St. Vincent's Hospital
Oh, yeah.
after 9/11. I used to call it the spiritual Disneyland.
I can't believe they closed. It's
I
so sad.
know. They had Reiki, they had acupuncture for your ears, and then magnets, Joray.
What's Joray?
Someone sits in front of you and they kind of move their hands in a very flowing motions, and they help balance all the energy around
Oh,
you.
that's what I do with the chakra balancing.
Okay.
I do it through telekinetic painting.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's like using
But-
finger paints.
Yeah, one night they had Ruth Cunningham there.
Oh, wow.
And she sings as well. I think you're familiar with her, yes? She the sounds of the chakras, and she has the different vowels for the different chakras, and plays her beautiful harp. And at one point, I went into such a deep meditation when she was playing that I was having apparitions.
Oh, wow.
It was the most fascinating experience, and so I do have her CD, but it's nothing like listening to her in
live.
person. Oh yeah.
Well, they say that when you play acoustic music or you hear the human voice live as opposed to recorded, that's when you get the full benefit of the tone.
I would imagine that makes sense.
The minute something goes digital or it goes electronic, you lose 50% of the overtone.
I was going to say probably flattens it out. Right?
Yeah, just a little bit, and it still sounds good, but you don't get you just don't get the full spectrum
vibration.
of sound.
Those good vibrations.
Good vibes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can dig it.
Let's see. What is your VIP program?
Well, my VIP program is for those people that think they don't have time.
Oh,
But they have money.
Everybody. Yeah.
Most people don't have time and money for, body work. But for the people that have the money but don't have the time, they've got to figure out how to make a way. Because there are some people that they can't even get away from their work.
No, I know.
They might be obsessed, which is like fine if you're creatively driven, but at some point you're going to break.
You have to recharge the battery.
People, like we have become, I say we collectively.
Yes.
I mean, this even happens to me sometimes too. We've lost touch with our true nature.
We really have.
Especially those of us in big cities.
And the nature of nature is nature, and we're a part of it, not above it. And
people get sick before they even know it's wrong because they don't even know anything is wrong.
I know.
And then you're really in trouble. So...
and they don't take the time to just...
No, all of a sudden one day they have cancer.
Yeah.
Or all of a sudden one day, they've, got gallstones, or they've got a kidney stone, or they've got, any million.
Something clogging
Something
their,
snaps,
their system. Absolutely.
So this is kind of a way where, like, it's a 3-month program, and people make a commitment to come in.
Oh, wow.
I believe it's twice a week. I haven't looked at it in a while. But it's twice a week.
Okay.
And you get the vibroacoustics. You can get OANAMassage, which is the rhythmic massage that we were talking about at the beginning of the program. You can get the vibrational sound therapy, which is the tuning forks. And all of it is designed to just help rebalance and recenter you so that you can put you back in touch with your body.
And that's so important.
People they throw that comment away, or in touch with my body, but it's really important,
Because your body tells you need to slow down, something's wrong. If you have a pain somewhere, it's usually because of a situation in your life you're not addressing. Yeah.
It's a signal.
And we all would like to avoid certain things, and,
Yeah.
I do it too.
Yeah.
But
I mean, nobody's perfect. I
No.
mean, it's kind of like, the shoemaker tends to not even fix his own shoes. He's too busy fixing
So
everybody
true.
else's shoes. So, as a body worker and a massage therapist, I have to actually make it a point to schedule massages for myself.
Sure.
I do, because
Yeah.
6 months can go by.
Because, and you're giving them out, so
usually
where's your time?
Once a month I try to do it.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm in the beauty business, and I never go and have my hair done. I cut my own hair, I color my own hair, and I do this and that myself, and I'm thinking, hey, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. I'm supposed to walk the talk here.
Yeah. Where's somebody's chair that I can just go, ah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, this has been just so wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, please contact Karina at...
Well, I would say www, and I just did, but it's KarinaYanku.com, and it's spelled KarinaYanku, one word, .com. And you could see all the great things that I have to offer.
And she does.
Yes.
And do you have an email if they have questions?
Yes, it's info@KarinaYanku.com. Oh, before I forget, July 3rd through July 7th, I'm going to be leaving New York. Just for those 4 days.
She'll be back.
I'll be back. I'm going down to my friend Monique's spa.
Yes,
Compass Spa, which is on the beach block on 8th Street in Ocean City, New Jersey. I forget what the address is. I think it's 804 East 8th Street, but don't quote me on that. Anyway, it's a really great spa, very skilled therapist there. You really get taken care of there. Monique is very passionate in the healing arts, and she's very supportive of everything that I do. We became friends back in 2004.
Wow.
And so if anybody's going to be in the Ocean City, New Jersey area, if you're from Philly and that's where you like to go, call them up. 609-399-9136, I think is their phone number. And schedule an appointment with me. I would love to meet you.
There you go.
Yeah.
Everybody relax.
Yes.
Well, Karina, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks a lot.
And I'm going to look forward to having a OANAMassage myself.
Yes, you have to do your research.
I do.
Definitely.
I do. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
And here's a little music for you.
Okay,
And we'll be
namaste.
back.
Bye-bye.